of Real Madrid at the moment. So yes, I think it's going to be a similar pattern of game, and they've just got to keep Benzema quiet.
So off we go, the second half. Real Madrid 1, Chelsea 1. Neither manager has made a change. Real Madrid have drawn 3 of their last 4 games. It's a rarity because they've only drawn 3 of their previous 68. It's all square as it stands, but Chelsea have the advantage, with Pulisic's goal being an away goal in the tie. Here's Jorginho. Antonio Rudiger. Ben Chilwell. Mount found himself some space and then could only find the gloves of Thibaut Courtois. Of course, the wild card tonight, Glenn, is whether we see Eden Hazard off the bench at any stage for Real Madrid. He played 15 minutes or so at the weekend, and Zidane's had lots of positive things to say about his fitness in the build-up, and I'm sure he'd love to get on tonight and try and make his mark.
I'm sure he'd want to, but I don't know whether Zidane will risk him. At the end of the day, you imagine they'll get him ready for the second leg for next week, give him a bit more time if they can. If he's needed, they'll use him, but for me, I think he'll stay on the bench if it stays 1-1 or they get themselves ahead.
The goal that Benzema scored in the first half, it's only the 4th that Chelsea have conceded in the Champions League this season. They started the night with the joint best defence in the competition with Manchester City. And they'd kept 3 consecutive clean sheets away from home in the competition before Benzema's goal after 29 minutes of the first half. Eder Militao looking for Vinicius, headed away by Thiago Silva. Here's Casemiro, Modric, Carvajal. Kroos. Azpilicueta, Kante. Varane rather fortunate with the clearance. Chelsea have got it back again though. It's on by Kante to Timo Werner. Here's the first chance of the second half, and it's a block there by Eder Militao, and the first corner of the second half for Chelsea.
Yeah, good pressing again. Look, bodies forward for Chelsea. They win the ball there. One little flick and he's in there. He swivels on it. Just has to take a little bit of an angle. Just probably wanted to hit that first time, but a better start in this second half. You know, at the end of the first half, you just felt Real Madrid were just getting a hold of the game.
Christensen and Rudiger have gone forward along with Thiago Silva. And in the end, there's far too much on that from Mount. You can see Nacho there, Glenn, who along with Eder Militao have been so important in the absence of Sergio Ramos and more recently Rafa Varane as well. There's Marco Asensio, who's on the bench for Real Madrid tonight. It has been a case of 1 or 2 stepping up for Real, who we don't usually see in big situations like this one because of the injuries.
Yeah, it's their opportunity, isn't it? And they don't look so comfortable in this 3. They've played it in the Liga at times, but I think you know, this is another level against Chelsea. It's not really worked out. I mean, Benzema scored a wonderful goal to get back in, but they've not created anything. You know, you play against Real Madrid, you expect them to be creating 2 or 3 chances each half.
Modric looking for Vinicius. Thiago Silva quickly across.
That's good play from Chelsea. You know, you're locked in down one side, got the ability to change the play, and Rudiger comes out with 30-40 yards of space. That's why you build up from the back. Sometimes you can overcook it, but that's perfect play.
Pulisic to Jorginho. One back for Real Madrid though by Kroos, and now here's Vinicius. Benzema. He's got the ability from that kind of range. We saw it first half when he hit the outside of the post. Wonder whether he feels tonight, Glenn, that he's got to do most of it for them.
I think that is the case. He hasn't curled it, has he? He just hadn't wrapped his foot around it. But I think that is the case. You know, you have some great players that have got great players around them as well. You know, your Messi's when Barca were at their very best, Ronaldo. You just look at this team at the moment and you think, well, if you keep him quiet, you've got a real good chance of beating this side, you know.
Timo Werner was on the move. Courtois there to meet the pass. Benzema down this side for now. Last touch off Chilwell, right in front of Thomas Tuchel, who picked an unchanged Chelsea team for the first time as the Chelsea manager. The team that started at West Ham is the one that is on the field at the moment.
Yeah, I think that surprised everyone. I didn't expect that. You know, I thought the West Ham team would have been, you know, you'd have been planning ahead, thinking, well, I'll just give him a rest and play him. But no, he was happy with what he saw at West Ham. And to be fair, the first 30 minutes or so, they were excellent, weren't they? There's a big difference there. That ball played into Mount. He was getting turned on that first half. Varane, I think Zidane said to the back three, if they've got a chance, get out there and press and make sure these little inside forwards can't turn on it. And you saw him go there, and Mount had to restart and go backwards.
Mount is playing his 100th game for Chelsea tonight. Scored his first goal in the Champions League in the quarter-finals.
There's another example there. Nacho comes straight into Pulisic. That's a definite change. Look, there they go in again, the outside centre-backs. Those back three, Zidane said, look, there's too much space in behind our midfield. If the spare men in there, go in there. We've still got two defenders behind us.
Quite a furthest forward for the moment there. Nacho won the header. That's a trip by Marcelo. And a free kick to Chelsea. There's been a little bit more appreciation recently, hasn't there, about the tactical side of Zinedine Zidane's managership. Seems to have been recognised a lot more this season than it has been in the past.
Yeah, I think so, because you're not going to rely on just great individuals here. This team has to be moulded. They're not a team that's going to go over and smash people and outclass people like they have done yesteryear.
Marcelo looking for Benzema, who, as always, is the willing runner. It's amazing, really, Glenn, just on Zidane, that when you've got a manager who's won as many trophies as he has, that he still, in some quarters in Spain, has to prove himself to one or two. There's Hazard, who is down there warming up with Asensio, which might be a sign that attacking changes could be on the way at some stage for Madrid.
I think that's any manager at Real Madrid, isn't it? Even the great Zidane has to prove himself and constantly. And that's the pressure that he strives on.
Thiago Silva was back in the semi-final of the Champions League, having played at this stage for Paris Saint-Germain last season. Nacho, Benzema, Marcelo, Modric, Toni Kroos. There's Casemiro. Luka Modric, Vinicius on the run. That's a really good interception by Thiago Silva. They really popped the ball around nicely there, Real Madrid.
Well, that's what you expect from Real Madrid. That's what we've seen year after year, and they've put their best little passing passage of together there and nearly got in behind, didn't they? You just sense that Chelsea can't press. They're not pressing as quickly, and they're not getting there quite as quick as they were in the early stage of the game. Obviously, fatigue comes into it, and it's just giving Madrid a little bit of time and space to use it.
Just looking ahead to the second leg at Stamford Bridge next week, I think that Real Madrid are quite confident that Sergio Ramos will make the trip with them, who would be a vital player for the second leg for them. They're going to get the free kick here for the foul on Pulisic, which annoyed Marcelo.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there is a little bit of a contact there. Can't see from that angle. It's more of a slip, wasn't it?
Jorginho, Kante, Azpilicueta. Rudiger. Thibaut Courtois spent 4 years at Chelsea, won 2 league titles. He's only missed 1 game in all competitions all season for Real Madrid. Varane tussling with Werner. Given away by Azpilicueta. Here's Vinicius Junior. Casemiro. Kante fouled him, advantage played. Here's Ben Chilwell. Mason Mount. It's a more open first half in general, Glenn, than I was expecting. It's back to more like the opening 10 minutes or so now, where it was relatively cagey and the tempo had dropped a little bit.
Yeah, I think fatigue's just coming in. As I said, that the press isn't quite as quick. There's a little bit more time on the ball for individuals on both teams, and you know, I think they're progressing the ball a little bit slower through the pitch.
Off goes Nacho, so versatile, can play so many positions in this Real Madrid team. Toni Kroos, Eder Militao.
It's a strange position Kroos keeps picking up. You can understand that when they play a back four, there's 2 centre-backs and the wing and the full-backs push right on. He drops in there, but dropping in there when there's a 3, unless you've got one of these centre-backs that are really good getting forward and he can go into midfield. Look, you see Kroos here again, goes back in there. He's being wasted there, really.
He's had a muscle problem, Toni Kroos. He was in the gym all last week. He didn't train very much at all. They've worked really hard to get him ready for tonight. Rafa Varane. Just slightly too far in front of Vinicius. It's the Carvajal challenge on Chilwell.
It's a definite push, isn't it? If you're playing by the letter of the law, he's pushed him. Anywhere else on the pitch, there's a foul if the referee sees it.
The yellow card here for Toni Kroos, who was having one or two nibbles at Kante as he ran forward. Thought he'd got away with it, but the eagle eyes of Danny McKelly spotting the foul and administering the yellow card.
Yeah, once Kante gets the other side of you, it's very difficult, isn't it, to recover and get back. He's got that little bit of pace. There's a couple of grabs, isn't there? And he eventually tries to win the ball. Good refereeing. Good position now. Chelsea put the three centre-backs up. I think Azpilicueta will go up there as well.
Neither Christensen nor Rudiger have scored yet this season. Thiago Silva's got a couple. He's gone in there. Mason Mount's been the man for the delivery so far tonight. It's Mount again. It's Varane's header. Toni Kroos there first for Real Madrid. Fouled there by his international teammate Antonio Rudiger. If you look at the respective benches tonight, Glenn, there's a lot more available for Thomas Tuchel. It's a deeper, stronger Chelsea bench. The Real Madrid injuries have taken their toll to a certain extent, but I suppose at the moment there's less need for Tuchel to do anything. Game at the moment is where he'd want it. Offside given against Vinicius.
He'd be delighted at the moment. You know, he'd be looking down the line, looking at his bench. Of course, he might need it in the last 10 minutes, but it's more Zidane that's got to come up with a change that's going to make the difference. But it's interesting you say that. You're absolutely spot on that Chelsea's squad goes deeper, and that's with a fella called Hazard on Real Madrid's bench.
Thiago Silva strong against Benzema. Kovacic, the only notable absentee for Chelsea this evening. Here's Vinicius. Modric. Now Kroos. Modric challenged over there by Azpilicueta. Real Madrid tonight without Sergio Ramos, Ferland Mendy or Fede Valverde. Lucas Vazquez finished for the season as well. There are two or three youngsters on the bench as we see that good defending by Thiago Silva.
That is good defending. Sometimes you can try and play out from there and he's having none of it. Just clear your lines. There's Azpilicueta, just gets a little bit of cramp. We've all been there. There's not much you can do with that.
Hazard's on his way. Crossed in by Vinicius. Karim Benzema was the only one in there. But Reece James and Hakim Ziyech are about to come on as well for Chelsea. So both managers, Glenn, feeling the time is right to make a change. It's normally around the hour mark, isn't it, in situations like this?
Yeah, I think with Reece James, he might have just looked at Azpilicueta there getting cramp. That's made his decision on that one, but I think it might be a night when you just put a few fresh legs on. That's the thing that's the beauty about Chelsea. The shape won't change, individuals will change, but they know there's similar sort of players, you know, replacing each other.
Casemiro to Benzema and then back again. It's an important challenge by Christensen. Here's Modric. Now Dani Carvajal. Benzema only to Azpilicueta. The interesting thing about the arrival of Hazard is going to be whether they change the shape as well with the attacking substitution, whether that means they go from 3 at the back to 4 at the back, which could significantly change the way the game's being played, Glenn.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Hazard, look, he's been out a long while, but he's still got that little magic moment in him, hasn't he? And any class top player has got that, even if you're not 100% fit. But Zidane wants that second goal, there's no doubt about it. Might open the game up even more for Chelsea.
Toni Kroos to Luka Modric. Eder Militao. Dani Carvajal. It's actually going to be 3 Chelsea changes, not just the 2. So a triple change on the way for Thomas Tuchel. Benzema to Carvajal. Christian Pulisic can come the other way. Now Marcelo is going to get the yellow card for that one.
Yeah, there can't be any complaints here for the yellow. Look, he's trying to get back goal side, can't get there. He knows he's making a tackle from the wrong side and takes the yellow for the team.
So Hazard for Vinicius, which would indicate the shape's going to stay the same.
Yeah, he's gone out on that left-hand side. He'll link, try and get a little bit closer to Benzema as well.
So Christian Pulisic's night is done, Glenn, but he scored the all-important goal.
Well, he certainly has. He's played well for the team as well. I think the three subs coming on is a defensive ploy. I think they need energy. I think Tuchel's looking at it and saying, look, we're not getting close to Real Madrid. They're just starting to get too much possession for his liking. Fresh legs now.
It's Kai Havertz for Timo Werner, who missed a really good chance early in the match. So German for German. And Reece James for Azpilicueta. Here's Jorginho, who's taken the armband since Azpilicueta went off. Eden Hazard, who's on there, up alongside Karim Benzema. It's going to be fascinating to see just how fit he is, what kind of impact he can have. At his best, he's among the best in the world, but he's had a really difficult time of things due to injuries at Real Madrid. Mason Mount. Here's a first touch for Kai Havertz. And for Ziyech. Jorginho. Havertz. Christensen for James. All three subs quickly involved here for Chelsea. Thiago Silva. Ben Chilwell.
This is excellent from Chelsea. The three subs have come on and look, they've just kept possession of the ball. They've moved the ball quicker. There's a bit more energy out there for them. They've got options again, like they started the game. They've got options on the ball.
It's a different challenge out there for Marcelo now, Glenn, isn't it? With the very quick Reece James out there. Here's Havertz, Ziyech, Chilwell, Mason Mount. Lovely turn, and the shot blocked by Varane. Chilwell. Ziyech. Mount. Excellent possession here from Chelsea.
Yeah, it's good timing from Tuchel to use these subs. It really is. You can see they look a different team already. They're a little fresher, shifting the ball.
Kai Havertz to Reece James. In goes the cross, away by Varane. And the last touch there off N'Golo Kante.
It was a lovely bit of skill. We don't actually see it there, but Varane's turned his back on it. It keeps his arms tucked in, although it did hit his arm. But lovely play from Mount.
It's the second time we've seen a block like that tonight, isn't it? Dani Carvajal had one in the first half, arms tight by the side.
I think as defenders, that's what you've got to do. Kids now, if you're a defender and you're 8 years of age, you're going to have to make tackles with your arms behind your back, and in the end it might become natural to you, but it doesn't look natural, does it?
Here's Hazard. Easily dispossessed over there by Havertz. It's a good spell this for Chelsea. In control of the tie, in control of this evening's match in terms of possessing the ball. They've got this all-important away goal as well to take to Stamford Bridge, with the rain coming back. Now, the rain in the first half, Glenn, was the catalyst for the best spell of the game for Real Madrid. So
it was, yeah, they reacted to it, didn't they? Better than Chelsea, I've got to say. But this last 10 minutes since the subs have been on is like the first 10 minutes of the game.
Floated in by Jorginho, but just a little bit far for Reece James. It might just say in the changing rooms here at Valdebebas, just apply water.
I think the new stadium's got a roof on, isn't it? So it won't have conditions like this again.
Modric to Benzema. Not what was needed from Casemiro. Chelsea with a chance now. Ziyech can have a run at Militao. Not a bad ball either. Kai Havertz was the closest to it, promising that for Chelsea.
It was a wonderful ball from Ziyech, and I don't think Havertz really thought that he was going to get it into that position, right across the 6-yard box. Has a little look as well. Wonderful ball.
Christensen out hustling Hazard.
I think that's the difference. Havertz hasn't really got that instinct as a striker. You know, any number of real number 9s getting across the front there and getting a little touch on that, or he's expecting it. I don't think Havertz actually expected it to come, but it was a great ball from Ziyech.
He's only scored twice, Havertz, in his last 32 games in all competitions. They came against Morecambe and Crystal Palace. He's never scored in the Champions League. Still only 21. He's a player with immense potential. "18 minutes of the first leg to play. Eden Hazard to Marcelo. One back for Chelsea by Mason Mount. Havertz to Ziyech. Mount on his way through the middle. That's a really important challenge by Eder Militao. They got men over in the middle, Chelsea.
Well, it was a great tackle, wasn't it? It really was. Lovely one-touch football from Chelsea to make the move here. And Ziyech is getting more forward than I've seen him all season, really. Goes for the nutmegs. And they gain the corner, but lovely one-touch football and movement from Chelsea.
It's interesting that Ziyech was singled out, wasn't he, by Thomas Tuchel when he spoke to Des before the match, and he did say that if anybody deserved to start the match who wasn't, it was Hakim Ziyech. Maybe we're seeing the kind of form that the Chelsea manager was talking about since he's come on. Corner taken towards Rudiger. Eder Militao's header. Ziyech hooks it back in, and Courtois with a comfortable take. Of course, Ziyech will be hoping for a better outcome to this semi-final than the last one he was in. He was in the Ajax team that was sensationally beaten late on by Tottenham.
Yeah, what an incredible night that was. It really was, but he's come on and affected the game, Ziyech, in a real positive way. He's got plenty of the ball. Look, he's back tackling, he's got the shape defensively as well. Got that urgency to press again now, Chelsea.
I remember that night when he scored, Glenn, he made it 3-0 on aggregate to Ajax, and at that stage there was no way back for Tottenham.
Well, there wasn't, but there was. I think you had Ajax fans phoning, trying to get the travel arrangements to Spain. Incredible night, wasn't it?
Casemiro to Benzema. Two more changes coming now for Zinedine Zidane. That's Alvaro Odriozola. And before that, you just caught a glimpse of Marco Asensio. Benzema the one they've got to keep an eye on. Free kick taken by Kroos. Here's Varane.
There's that ball right over the back there. They're just trying to get that as they scored the equaliser. A little head and nod back down, but this time he's brought it down, Varane. They get a corner off it, but it looks like they're isolating that back post on a couple of occasions now.
Eder Militao, Rafa Varane have joined Benzema in there. Corner taken by Kroos. Casemiro attacking it. Benzema as well. Reece James made the block. Here's Marcelo, and charged down well by Jorginho. Eden Hazard. Modric. Chelsea were quick to swarm around the ball and make sure they got themselves in the right position. Modric plays it on now to Casemiro. Good defending, Reece James.
Oh, some great blocking, wasn't there, from Chelsea, putting their bodies on the line. There's the first look. Good closing from Kante. Reece James gets the first block. Good stuff.
So Dani Carvajal replaced by Odriozola. And Asensio's coming on for Marcelo. That means the armband will have been passed to Benzema. So both managers now have made 3 changes with 13.5 minutes of the first leg still to play. You would presume now, Glenn, it's a back 4 for Real Madrid. First defending here for Varane to do, and he's not going to get there ahead of Havertz. That's a free kick. It's a foul by Varane. They were exposed there. They'd just changed the shape, hadn't they?
Exactly what I was going to say, Fletch. You've just said that. They've changed it to a back 4, and all of a sudden it's as if they've not realised on the pitch. And suddenly there's wide open spaces, which we haven't seen this second half, for Chelsea to run into and have a, just quick foot. It just shifts the ball, gets the foul right on the edge of the box, and they've just got to readjust themselves, Real Madrid, a little bit.
I think there's a yellow card shown in there to Varane, so he gets a booking. Nacho's now the left back, Odriozola the right back, and Varane in the middle alongside Eder Militao. Nacho's got experience of playing as a left back, so should be relatively comfortable out there, although he's got Reece James charging forward down that side, which will give him a test. It's a situation here where Courtois has got to get everybody where he wants them.
You'd definitely be thinking the Chelsea players, blue shirts, have got to be following in any shot in there at goal, and with this pitch, with the surface as it is, see it still coming down. It's relentless, isn't it? Get a shot, a real good striking on goals, and test the keeper out.
It's the player laying down behind the Real Madrid wall. It's Hakim Ziyech, and it's straight at Courtois. Plenty of power, but the Real Madrid keeper was always favourite.
Yeah, he's decided to go the aerial route, but no, that's got to be in the top corner to beat a keeper from there.
Real Madrid rule the roost with 13 Champions League wins, but Chelsea are one of 5 clubs who have the clean sweep of all 3 major European trophies. Real never won a Cup Winners' Cup. One of Chelsea's came against the Spaniards back in 1971. Peter Osgood scored in the final and the replay in Athens. Christian Pulisic is the Chelsea goal scorer in Valdebebas this evening. Here's Toni Kroos. Modric.
That's what Chelsea have done well tonight. They've made Modric and Kroos play square and backwards. They've given them no time whatsoever to play. I think against Liverpool, they had a little bit too much time and space to look forward and pass forward.
It's a big 10 minutes on the cards. Chelsea could get back to Stamford Bridge with the situation as it is now, or dare we say it, even better, and they would be superbly set up for the second leg. That was a firm challenge by Casemiro and Ziyech.
That was a take no prisoners tackle, wasn't it? Look at that. Straight through the ball, straight through Ziyech. It's lucky actually Ziyech just lifted his body up, didn't take the full blow.
We saw him do a couple of those at Anfield in the second leg, Casemiro.
Yeah.
There's Asensio, Nacho. Modric. Nacho's ball blocked by Reece James. Here's Marco Asensio, and that's a corner. In fact, the offside flag, I think, has gone up against Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos, the man behind the mask. And don't forget to join us tomorrow night, Paris Saint-Germain against Manchester City, 7 o'clock on 2HD. An ultimate City's big night in the Champions League. And then Manchester United against Roma, and Villarreal against Arsenal in the Europa League on Thursday. Away by Casemiro, forward by Jorginho. Kante rolling away from Kroos, skipping away from Nacho. Eder Militao's header.
Where does he get that energy from? Kante's, he's gone past 3 players, put a cross in, it's headed out, and he's the first one onto it for Chelsea. Incredible energy.
Mason Mount to Ben Chilwell, 2 players who have had good nights in Madrid for Chelsea. Now Rudiger, Jorginho, stabbed away by Modric. It's been a frustrating night in many ways for him, hasn't it, Glenn? Because he hasn't been able to really dominate the midfield area like he likes to do.
No, he hasn't been given the time and the space, and I think at his age now, he needs that. Give him time and space and he'll hurt you. But in the semi-final of a Champions League, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a team that's going to press you hard, younger legs up against you, i.e. this guy, Kante. It's been difficult for him.
Reece James to Hakim Ziyech, Casemiro with the defending. Asensio, Hazard. Kroos. Modric to Militao. Real Madrid finding it so hard at the moment, Glenn, to pass the ball forward.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what shape, whether they've got a back three or two centre-backs with Kroos coming back and dropping in there and Modric dropping in. They just want to try and get hold of the ball and do something. Look, they're being pressed. It's very difficult for them to play forward and unopposed.
It's a Real Madrid ball. Odriozola might well have persuaded the Dutch assistant. Thomas Tuchel looks on. Benzema's header, only to Chilwell. Throw to Chelsea. Don't forget to join us for 2 Premier League matches on Saturday. Crystal Palace, Manchester City from 11:30. Everton, Villa from 7:30. Hazard whips in the cross. Good header away by Christensen for Chelsea. Asensio. Hazard. It's a lovely ball to Odriozola. It's a really good block by Rudiger. So patient, wasn't he, Hazard, waiting for his teammate to arrive.
Yeah, it's a lovely little ball. Wasn't inside the full-back, but Rudiger takes a little bit of a risk, but he slides across the pitch, doesn't he? Cuts out that near post. Great defending in the end, but a slight risk.
Chelsea just need to stay firm for the final 4 minutes plus stoppage time to be in a superb position heading into the second leg at Stamford Bridge. Casemiro to Modric. Jorginho's challenge to Real Madrid throw-in. He must be chomping at the bit, Glenn, Sergio Ramos.
You can just sense his frustration. He wants to be out there, especially on conditions like that. With a wet pitch, he'd have loved it out there, wouldn't he? But he's got a chance, I think, for the second leg, they say.
Nacho. Marco Asensio. Toni Kroos out to carry Benzema. Here's Odriozola. Modric. Toni Kroos. Took a deflection, just momentarily worried Mendy. It's a corner to Real Madrid, applause from Ramos. Toni Kroos with a long-range shot.
Yeah, he sets it nicely, doesn't he? And it just gets a little flick off Kante, I think it is there, but I think Mendy would have had it covered.
Time for Chelsea to stand firm. Militao, Nacho and Varane have all gone in there for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos out to take the corner. It's on by Varane, and it wasn't that far away. A lot of pace on the cross, took a Chelsea deflection. Sergio Ramos knows what he should have done.
It's a great ball in from Kroos, it really is. He's only got to try, the power's already on the ball coming in. He's tried to twist his head a little bit and it's ricocheted off Chilwell and gone for a corner, but that was a good chance, that.
Into the final 2 minutes, Toni Kroos from the other side. Important moments for Chelsea. On by Casemiro and safely into the gloves of Edouard Mendy. Off goes the rampaging Rudiger. It's a brilliant run, clattering into Odriozola. He might well have been caught by Militao. It's a yellow card for the Real Madrid defender.
Well, it is a great run, actually. It gets the foul. It's ideal for Chelsea, but you just hope that someone has slipped back in for him. I'm sure it was...
Not quite sure Odriozola could get out of the way.
No, I was feeling sorry for the lad, really. There's the first challenge as he keeps going. There's your left side centre-back with 2 minutes to go. And he takes him out there, look. He misses the ball completely. And...
It's the first time in his career, Glenn, that he's been shown a yellow card for being smashed into the middle of next week.
But you just wonder, you just hope someone was Jorginho was just going to fill in for Rudiger if they did lose the ball. That's what makes me There's a little battle going on.
Yeah, it's been a real contrast for these two. They've arrived at the same destination, Tuchel and Zidane, but by vastly different routes. In one dugout, you've got the man who was the best footballer on the planet for a considerable period of time. And then on the other side, you've got a fella who played regional football in Germany, and he's had to do it the